सन्मात्रमद्वयमनामयचिच्छरीरं तत्त्वं पदार्थनिगमामृतबोधरूपं कोऽहं विचारमहसैव च बोधनीयम् आनन्दमात्मरमणं शरणं प्रपद्ये।
ओम नमः परमर्षिभ्यो नमः परमर्षिभ्यः हरिः ओम। यस्यान्तर्नादिमध्यं न हि करचरणं नामगोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णा न भवति पुरुषो नानपुंसं न च स्त्रीं नाकारं नो विकारं न हि जनिमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं तत्त्वं नो तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। मौनव्याख्या प्रकटितपरब्रह्मतत्त्वं युवानं वर्षिष्ठान्तेव सदृशिगणैः आवृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रम् आनन्दरूपं स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिम् ईडे। ॐ तत्सदाख्यं पुरुषं गुहेशं भक्तार्तिनाशाय शरीरवन्तं मोदस्वरूपं मधुरस्वभावं त्वाम् आत्मनाथं रमणं भजामि। देहं मृण्मयवज्जडात्मकम् अहं बुद्धिर्न तस्यास्त्यतो नाहं तत्तदभावसुप्तिसमये सिद्धात्मसद्भावतः कोऽहं भावयुतः कुतो वरधिया दृष्ट्वात्मनिष्ठात्मनां सोऽहं स्फूर्तितया अरुणाचलशिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयं। यस्मिन्नेव भवेत् स्थितं जगदिदं यस्यैव सर्वं जगत् यस्मात् सर्वमिदं भवेत् समुदितं यस्मै समस्तं भवेत्। येनेदं निखिलं जगत् समुदयात् सर्वं यदेव स्वयं सत्यं गुप्तधनं तदेव हृदये तत्सत्परं धीमहि। लेभे जनिं यः परमे स्वमूले विचार्य कस्मादहमित्युदारः स एव जातः स च नित्यजातो नवोऽयं सततं मुनीन्द्रः। பிறந்தது எவன் தன் பிரம்மமூலத்தே பிறந்ததெவன் நான் என்று பேணி பிறந்தான் அவனே பிறந்தான் அவன் நிதம் முனீஷன் அவன் அவன் தினமும் நாடு. ശരിക്കും നവൻ ദിനമും നാടുക്കും വരണം. ஒரு நவன் தான் இருக்கு, ரெண்டு அவன் ஆயிடுச்சு, பிரித்து போட்டிருக்கிறது. அடுத்தது படிக்கிறேளா? So, we are on the Ulladu Narpadu, second part. That first part of Ulladu Narpadu is full of Bhagavan's own teaching, not translations, that we have already covered. It is all available in the net, YouTube, it is there, all the talks are there. Now it is the second portion, which is called Anubandham. Anu means following, bandham means connection. So it's the supplement portion. Yesterday we saw the verse where Bhagavan speaks about ஞானம் as the real birth. Generally, in Sanskrit, Brahmins are called twice born. Dvija. Birds are also called twice born, because they take birth from as egg, then from the egg they come out. So two births. Like that for a Brahmin also, before his initiation into Vedas, Gayatri, that is the first birth. And after the initiation, it is considered as the second birth. So the one name for Brahmana is Dvija. And as such, actually, all the three varnas, they have that name, Dvija. But what actually that means is, you should, after taking birth, you should have the second birth by realization, by jnanam. Then only real dvijanma happens. And about that, Bhagavan spoke, vicharya kasmadahamityudaraha. What is this I? Where from this I arises? Thus inquiring, one who finds one's real nature, he alone is born. Saeva jataha. And every moment he is taking birth. Means last moment is over, next moment is fresh. So every moment he shines forth as pure self, pure consciousness. Such a birth alone is true birth. This is the meaning of the last verse that we already saw. These are all scattered verses mostly. Actually, no continuation. Many verses devotees will take to Bhagavan. Bhagavan will look at those verses and translate them. So some verse is from Bhagavata, some is from Shankaracharya, some is from Yoga Vasishta, and another one Bhagavan himself writes. And the last verse, Bhagavan's disciple Lakshmana Sarma wrote it in Sanskrit. Some say that it is Lakshmana Sarma who wrote it first, and some other commentators say Bhagavan himself wrote it first in Tamil, whatever it might be. So like that, so many verses. So the next verse is Shankaracharya's shloka from Viveka Chudamani, which Bhagavan has abridged form he has translated to Tamil. Very difficult Tamil. Long sentences. One sentence starts in the beginning and ends in the next page. So very, very big paragraphs. the translation. But in that translation there are some very powerful verses are there. One verse is, translation is in prose. Bhagavan has put a Mangala Shloka there that somehow many have missed. Actually that Mangala Shloka should have come in this Anubandham or Ulladu Narpadu. Ahamenum mūla aviddai ahamahamaha allum pahalara ahamodir atmadevan padattinil ahamahilvaha anisham ramikyave. I think I told that verse here. I already solutonu shlokata. So the whole verse is full of I. It is the essence, condensed teaching of Bhagavan. Here Bhagavan takes another verse for the help of a spiritual seeker. Here Bhagavan says, basic thing that a person should have in spiritual life is understanding that I am not the body. That is the first breakthrough. Otherwise, the whole life is spent looking after this flesh packet. Whole life you have to take care of it, think about it. All these things. There is no end for it. Somebody asks Bhagavan, one should have a very healthy body, then only spiritual life is possible. Then Bhagavan said, then there will be no end for you for the process of taking care of the body. You can just do some adjustments. Somebody said, should we not be free of disease? Bhagavan said, yes, body is the disease. This body idea, identity with the body is the disease. So first you know that I am not the body. This is the basic understanding. Bhagavan put it in reverse form, body never says I. And body does not belong to me. Number 2. Body does not belong to me. It is nature's product. You have a bag and you say this is your bag. You lost it, somebody found it. They ask you, tell me what is inside. Then I will give you the bag. Then you say, I have my purse, so much money, I have this thing, that thing, all these things you say, they give you the bag. But somebody asks you, you say your body, tell me what is inside. You don't know. Take an anatomy book and study. One boy wrote, where is kidney? He wrote in the brain. Your own body, the limbs, the inside things, you do not know. So body is a product of nature, it is nature's object, it is nature's property, like the tree there, like a plant there, like an animal there, like it's an object. So the body is not mine. And the third thing is very, very important. Body will not serve your purpose. It is not for me. That is why in bhakti we say it is for Bhagavan. I offer it to Bhagavan. It is for his service. Or for Swadharma. When you totally give up this identity, that is realization. But identifying with the body, and you want all bodily things and want also self-realization. It is like, Bhagavan gives an example, it is like a person, there is a story, when a person wanted to cross a river, the river was in spate, and he found a log floating. He thought it is a log and caught hold of it and started floating to the other shore. In between he found that it is not a log, it is a crocodile. Like that, identifying with the body and trying to attain spiritual enlightenment is like holding to a crocodile and trying to attain the other shore. Sharira poshanarthi san yaha atmanam didrikshati graham darudhiya dhritva nadim tattum sa ichchati. Graham means the crocodile. It grabs you. That is why it is called graham. Darudhiya. Daru means wooden plank or log. Nadim tartum saichadi. He wants to cross the river with holding to this. It's utter foolishness. So, Izhivudal ṇāṉeṇḍṟu ihandiduha. Don't identify with this low body. Izhivu udal. Oழிவு il inbu am tannai orha. This is extra translation. Where Bhagavan says, uninterrupted awareness, because the body is not uninterrupted. The body disappears in dream. And the dream body, subtle body, disappears in deep sleep. What exists in deep sleep alone is always there. So holding on to the self, give up this body identity. Oழிவு il inbu. It is uninterrupted bliss. ஒழிவு இல்லாத இன்பம். ஒழிவுனா interruption. ஒழிவு இல்லாத இன்பம். ஒழிவு இல் இன்பு ஆம் தன்னை ஓர்க. Remember, recollect your real state. அழியும் உடல் ஓம்பலோடு தன்னை ஓர உணல். This body will one day it will deceive you. However healthily you keep it, one day suddenly you find that it has so many holes. It is like taking a boat and go to the middle of the ocean. There you find the boat is full of holes. Once we were in Kashi and we were going in Ganga. Ganeshanna was there and the boatman was talking many things. And suddenly we found water is coming inside boat. We were alarmed. Is it why water is coming inside? He said, it will come, sir. He says, it will come. And he took a plastic mug and took the water and poured it out. See, that is a lesson. That simile is given in Sanskrit Subhashita. They say, too much money coming into your life is like water getting into the boat. The only way that you can escape is take it and throw it out. Don't keep it inside. Give it so that you will not sink. So this life is also like that. You find that it is like a boat with so many holes. So too much attachment to the body It is not that you have to ignore the body completely, but attachment to the body. And along with that, you want to do self-enquiry. This is like holding on to a crocodile and want to cross the river. You will not reach the other shore. So this is the example that Shankaracharya gives in Vivekachudamani. So this is basically to take our mind, because mind is the energy with which we are going to meditate, and it is too much wasted in thinking about the body. Our modern culture is too much built upon do everything for the body, but still we are not able to keep it healthy and live for so many years. No. All medical science, everything has progressed so that you cannot die in your house. That is it. So this is, that is why Bhagavan here says, don't pay much attention to it. Just give it some food. Basic comforts are needed. Then you have to turn your attention towards Olivu il inbu. That uninterrupted, the body changes from childhood, youth, old age, like that the body changes. But behind that change, there is the changeless I. So your attention should go to that, the changeless one. The body is changing, but you must look at the changeless one. That is why, generally sannyasis, they will not look at mirror. No mirror. In Kashi, in Vrindavan, there was a Mahatma. He was a householder, a Brahmin, a great scholar, a Bhagavata Pandit. About 40-45 years, he was a family man, but very, very devoted. He was one of the disciples of Udiya Baba. Very, very humble. And after that, by the age of 60, more than 60, somewhere he took sannyas. And he will do namaskara to everybody. And his eyesight was poor, so they used to make fun that he is doing namaskara even to clothes, that orange cloth kept for drying. So one day there was a photo, and there was a sadhu's photo, and he was doing namaskara to it again and again. And he asked his disciple, where can I see this Mahatma? And that devotee told, Babaji, it is your photo. He has not seen his own figure for 40 years. So, no idea about one's figure. Not identifying with the body, all these things makes us more and more identified with the body. Sharirabhimana. Sometimes Bhagavan used to make fun in another way. These householders, they will end their pride by death. But sannyasis, sometimes they don't end their pride even after death. Because one letter has come, somebody is requesting ashram to send money so that he can build his samadhi. He has not died, but to prepare for his samadhi. So Bhagavan says, at least householders' abhimana goes by death. But this sadhu is keeping his abhimana alive even after death. So, just ignore the sharira in up to that extent where it will not disturb you. Sharira poshana. Poshana means too much nourishing. Always concerned about protein diet. What all things, always. It as if you think that you are going to live here. After 90 years also they are thinking about these things. One grandson, he was speaking to his grandfather. A young boy. He has heard all pravachanams. And his grandfather they have returned to India from America. And he was a very modern person. He was already 84 or so. This boy one day was telling his grandfather, Tata, in your next birth you will be born as a protein. Because you are constantly thinking about protein diet. Because he heard that whatever you think you will be that in your next birth. He heard it from Gita, and he was telling his grandfather, your next birth you will be born as. So, too much thinking about all these things. So, don't. That is why the first step is, I am not the body. The body is not mine. I am the Ojivu il inbam. Ojivu il odukkam. In Tamil there is a work called Ojivil odukkam. Make the mind merge in that uninterrupted state. The waking, the dream, the deep sleep, the childhood, youth, old age, always there is the changeless, pure self shining forth as I. Turn your attention towards that. That is Ojivil odukkam. Next verse. Dhanam tavam. This is purely Bhagavan's shloka, as it is an auxiliary item. It is not directly the teaching of self-enquiry. So it comes in the Anubandham, where Bhagavan says, Dehatma bhavam aral. Dehatma bhavam illama irukkirathu. To be free of the idea of body. See, our mind is also carrying this Dehatma bhava. In dream also, or in imagination also, there is the body. All the senses. Only when you start meditating, you find that the senses are not outside. It is all there in the mind, in the subtle body. There you understand that by dying also, these things are not going to leave you. You will carry all the senses. Body means it's all there. So the outer body alone you leave it, like the snake leaving its and the outer skin, outer leather, it leaves somewhere. Like that, the outer body alone is left here, but the whole subtle body, it carries the senses, the ego, everything to next birth. This is a very elaborate, deep discussion which comes in Brahma Sutra. Ramhati samparishvaktaha. He goes, the jiva goes from one birth to another birth carrying everything. The outer surface, only the coat is left. Even the t-shirt, banyan you take. Outer thing alone is left. Everything you take to next birth. So, it all, where does it stay? It stays in the ego, in the identifying thing. Dehatma bhava. I am the Deha, I am the Sharira, this identity. Bhagavan said that leaving that is spirituality. Only that. Dhanam tavam velvi. Dhanam means charity. The greatest charity that you have to do is to disassociate yourself from the body. Because for the body alone you take so much from the world. So many things are possessed only for the sake of body. So a person who do not possess anything, he is not obliged to give also. There is a very beautiful shloka in Mahabharata where Bhishma says, only if your dress is dirty, you have to wash it. If your dress is very clean, you need not wash it. So too, nobody makes their dress dirty so that after that they can wash it. Like that, only if you possess, you have to give. If you do not possess, what will you give? So the non-possessor is not compelled to give because he do not have anything, and that is the greatest charity. Yajñārtham yasya vitteha varam tasya nirihata prakshalanadhi pankasya durad asparshanam varam. It is better to keep the cloth clean than making it dirty. That means possessing too much is dirt, and the greatest possession is this identity with the body. So dhanam tavam, all kind of austerity, velvi, sacrifice, dharmam, good things whatever you do, yogam, yoga, bhakti, clear, vanam, vanam enna? Reaching the heaven, vanam, purul, wealth, shanti, to have peace, vaimai, satyam, truth. All this grace, mauna nilai, the state of mauna, and Bhagavan puts one word, shahamal shahav, dying without dying. It's a very rare usage. Bhagavan says, die before death. Die while alive. It is Jivan Mukti. Shavamal Shavu, Arivu, the true knowledge. Sar Turavu, good renunciation, pure renunciation. Veed, absolute freedom. Inbam, bliss. All these can be very simple way it can be put. It is disassociating with the body. Not identifying with the body. To know that I am not the body is jnanam. And to know that I am not the body is bhakti. It is yoga. All evil things are done by identifying with the shariram, with the body. My body needs comfort. So, people used to, in this local bus, they will just squeeze inside. Somebody will jump through the window so that I can get the seat first. Because my body should sit comfortably. Dehatma bhavam. Sometimes, somebody just squeezed himself inside the bus and got a seat. He was sitting in the seat. After some time, he found that a very old person, a lame person, was standing there. One side of his mind was telling, why not get up and give him the seat? Another part of his mind told, if you get up, he will of course sit, but in next station he will get down. Then somebody else will sit. You have to stand for 2 hours. Better don't do it. He decided, see, there is a very bad friend inside. He did not allow. So he was sitting. After some time he found out so uncomfortable, sad that he stood up and gave the seat. The old man sat there and looked at him and gave such a grateful smile. He was a good sadhaka. And he said, when I came home, there was a very deep meditation. I had to just remember his face. Otherwise, by identifying with the bodily comfort, I would have committed something very, very low. This is a simple example. Like this only, karma yoga comes there. Doing good comes there. Dhanam comes there. If I give importance to my body, many things, entire destruction of nature is because of identity with the body. Too much. So, and when you totally associate yourself with the body, it is shavamal shava. While the body is there, you do not have the body. I am not the body, I do not have a body. This is jnanam. Jnanam is not I am not the body. Even Vishishta Dvaita, the dualist philosophers, all of them say I am not the body. So it is not Advaita. Advaita, it is I do not have a body. Ashariratva vijnanam. That is very rare. That was Bhagavan's state, Even in that sarcoma, cancer state also, he declared there is no body. Not simply I am not the body. He said there is no body. Balram Reddy used to say, only then I understood Vedanta. I have heard so many years from Bhagavan directly, the state of a Jivan Mukta, but when the body was suffering so much, he very calmly declared there is no body. Just like deep sleep. How to know? Bodiless state. Deep sleep. No body, no mind, no ego. This is philosophy. But experientially, See, only I can see your body, you cannot. For you, it is only existence, the I am. Only the onlooker superimposes the body. So too, if I have a reflecting media like a photo, like a mirror, someone commends me, oh, you look very beautiful. Body, superimposition. It comes, I am the body. So this completely to be free of this idea means to be ever aware of the uninterrupted awareness, the I am. Actually, you need not deny the body, need not affirm the body. It belongs to the field of Maya where you cannot say whether it exists or do not exist. Your attention is on the I. That is where Bhagavan's whole focus is on. He is not even much spending the energy in denying the non-self. Your attention should be on the self, in the I am. What is ever shining forth within you as your own existence. Turn your attention towards that, and that is Shanti. Somebody asked Bhagavan, Natanananda Swami, what is grace? Bhagavan, I want grace. Bhagavan said, grace is yourself. When you identify with the body, you ask for grace. But grace has already happened to you as your own being. And Shanti, peace, is yourself. Upashantoyam Atma. The very nature of the Atma, the self, is Shanti, peace. So when the attention is locked in the existence, Irup, just the amness, that is Shanti, and that is truth, Vaimai. Mauna Nilai, Bhagavan says that is Mauna. Mauna is not verbal silence. Bhagavan says it is incessant eloquence. Talking Vedanta is also Mauna. That is why every day this 10 o'clock session started like that. Everyday session started because somebody will come, otherwise unnecessary things we will talk. So better when devotees are coming, we take some book, read it, or tell something, or discuss about that only, not talking about me, not asking about you, not talking about what is happening in Tiruvannamalai. All these things are not needed. This is Maunam. This is a Samadhi. And sometimes, people, when they come simply for gossiping, the best way to drive them out is this. There are some saints, they will not talk. They will take Bhagavata, Gita, whoever comes, they will read. No talking about me, not talking about you, no talking about other people. So, this is also Mauna. And the best Maunam is, turn your Mauna, verbal Mauna, Ekanath Maharaj says, Vedanta Pravachana is Mauna. In his Marathi, Ekanati Bhagavat, there is one place he says, what is Mauna? He says Vedanta Pravachana. Means there is no talking about any person, about me, he, something. No, only that truth. In Bhagavata, bhakti, talking is very important. So there Bhagavata says, you have done all sadhana, attained everything, then what should you do? The only thing is to keep that state alive, always tell about it, hear about it, stay in that state. Idam hi pumsaha tapasa shrutasya va svishtasya suktasya ja buddhi dattayoho avichyutortha kavibhir nirupito yaduttama shloka gunanuvarnanam. Bhagavad கதைகளை வர்ணனை பண்ணுறது தான் தபஸு, படிப்பு, இஷ்டாபூர்த்தங்கள், இதுக்கெல்லாம் பிரயோஜனம். அப்படியே இருந்துகிட்டே இருக்க வேண்டியது தான். அது ஒரு தபஸ், அதுவே ஒரு பகவத் ஆராதனா. So that is also maunam. And highest maunam, the second grade maunam you can say is mananam. And the deeper most is that abiding in the self, constantly holding to that awareness. Bhagavan's maunam, Bhagavan says it is incessant eloquence, means the deepest knowledge is conveyed through that maunam. It will not come simply by keeping the mouth shut. Bhagavan never recommended that. When you are, it is the samadhi, it is the nirvikalpa anubhava. When the person is in that state, it just speaks by its own power. The current is so, some writers have wrote about it, what they experienced in Bhagavan's presence. They wrote, the silence was so thick that you can cut it with a knife. That was the mystic language. That mauna is so profound. And where from that mauna comes? That mauna is Atma, that mauna is self. So the attention is completely on that Atma Vastu. And that is Vanam, the other world, ethereal world, heaven, divine world. Porul, the only wealth is that inner wealth of knowledge. And that is yoga, that is bhakti. The greatest dana you can give is only this, the state. All people will come. Even Muruganar says, such a gift Bhagavan is giving, even devas are coming. And tavam, the tapas is to remain in that state. Velvi, the greatest yajna. There is one shloka, I think it is Shankaracharya's Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Sarasangraha. Somewhere it is there. That one moment if the mind can remain in the Atman, in the self, he has performed all the Ashwamedha Yaga, everything. One of the greatest sacrifices is also done. All good things are done. The greatest benefit comes by that jnana sthiti and sarturav, renunciation, sannyasa. Bhagavan stood very firm in that. Sannyasa is jnanam. Atma jnana is sannyasa. The sign of a sannyasi is atma jnana. It is not even the outer renunciation. Too much outer renunciation is also not good. Not eating food, sitting in rain and heat, all these things, people think that is body identity is given up. Sometimes that becomes their identity. So, jnanam sannyasa lakshanam. Shankaracharya says, jnanam is the sign of a sannyasi. Atma jnana is sannyasa. Atma jnani is a paramahamsa. In whatever dress, whatever form he is, Atma jnana is sannyasa. So, this Atma jnana means what? Not identifying with the non-self. Body means the non-self. Not only the body, the mind, the ego, no identity. And that is sannyasa. Renouncing. What should I renounce? Renounce the ignorance. When ignorance is removed, Atma Jnani is a Jivan Mukta. He is a sannyasi. So, Shar Turavu, Veed, Mukti, liberation. And that liberation also is not identifying with the non-self. You cannot do anything. Do not identify with the non-self. All these things are there, the body, mind, ego, not me. They are there in the world. My attention is not on them. My attention is on the real, the existence, the changeless. Ojivu il inbam. Ojivu il inbam. Uninterrupted peace, uninterrupted well-being is there in that existence, that iruppunarvu. In Tamil nama Bhagavan iruppunarvu, and iruppu existence as I am. Bhagavan says that is Arunachala. Leaving that Arunachala and going out is like having the lamp and searching for darkness. That is what in Arunachala Ashtakam Bhagavan says, that existence, that beingness is Arunachala. To ignore that and seek God outside. Irundolirunai viduttu aduttida devaṉ, iruttinai vilakkeduttu aduttidal. The outside God is iruttu, it is darkness, says Bhagavan. Anything the other is darkness. Anything that is not your very beingness is darkness. Is not in your control. Your own ego is not in your control. You cannot say, today satsang I will completely listen. You can come and sit. Over. That I itself is anatma. It is another one. The I comes and sits here and goes. So, inbam, ananda. That ananda is also, the moment you give up all other things, ananda is there. In deep sleep, what happens? Everything else is gone. Ananda is there. Body is not there. Mind is not there. Ego is not there. There is no experiencer and experienced. But what is there was deeply fulfilling. So you don't need anything from outside to keep you whole. You are by yourself whole, full. That fullness nobody can take away from you. Nobody can add to it. Not by any sadhana you can add anything to your real nature. Karmana no vardhate no kaniyan. There is a Vedic mantra which says, not by any action can it increase or decrease. You run every day, the body will decrease. You eat more, the body will increase. You think more, the mind will increase. Don't think, the mind will decrease. But your real self neither increases nor decreases. It is same always. By meditating, it will not increase. By doing japa, it will not increase. It is navardhate, no kaniyan, no increase, no decrease. Neither becomes big nor becomes small. It is as it is same. And when the other things fall off, it shines forth. And in Yajnavalkya, that conversation of Yajnavalkya with all other sages in the court of King Janaka, one of them asked, where does that self, the Atman, sits? And he says, it sits in its own glory, not on anything else. Swasminneva pratishtitaha Sve mahimani pratishtitaha. In one's own mahima, தன்னோட மகிமையிலேயே அது இருக்கு. வெளியில் எந்த பொருளும் வேண்டாம். உடம்பில் உட்காரல, மனசில் உட்காரல, அகங்காரத்தில் உட்காரல, உலக விஷயத்தில் உட்கார, தான் தன்னிலேயே இருக்குது. மீதி எல்லாம் இல்லாமல் ஆகிறத அதோட மகிமை தானாகவே இருக்கு. அதுதான் அப்போது தேகாத்ம பாவம் அறல் தேர். தேர்னாக்க தெளிவோட பார், பிரத்யபிக்ஞ, தேர்ந்திரு. அந்த பார்வை, அந்த ஞானமே தான் நிஷ்டை. அதை பார்த்துட்டானா தெரியறது, இதெல்லாம் விழுந்துட்டானா ஷீரை அழித்து நிர்வாணமாய் செய்து அருள் ஷீரை அழித்தருள் அருள். அருள் ஷீர்னா உபதேசம். மற்ற ப்ரோசஸ் எல்லாம் நடக்கிறது. எல்லாத்தையும் அந்த வேஷமெல்லாம் போச்சு. உடம்பு, மனசு, அகங்காரம் எல்லாம் போய் அங்கே எது இருக்கோ அது என்னோட ஸ்வரூபம். அதுக்கு கர்மாவோ அபிமானமோ வெளியிலேருந்து ஏதாவது வஸ்துக்களோ ஒன்றும் வேண்டாம். அது தானாக பூர்ணமாக இருக்குது. அதை தெளிவோடு பார்க்கறது தான் ஞானம். அதை தெளிவோடு பார்க்கறது தான் சந்நியாசம். தெளிவோடு அதை பார்க்கறது தான் முக்தி. அதுதான் ஷாவாமல் ஷாவு. உடம்பு உயிரோடு இருக்கிறதையே மரணம். அது ஏன்னா உடம்புக்கிட்ட இருக்கிற அசோசியேஷனே போயிடுது. அப்புறம் மௌன நிலை, அதுலேயே இருக்கிறது தான் மௌனம். சத்தியம் அதுதான், சாந்தி அதுதான், பெரிய தனம் அதுதான், சொர்க்கமும் அதுதான். பக்திங்கிறது அதில் இருந்தால் அந்த நிறைவு தான் பக்தி. யோகம், தர்மம், யஜ்ஞம் ஒன்றும் ஜீவன் முக்தனுக்கு எதுவுமே பண்ணுறதுக்கு இல்லை, எதுவுமே ஆகிறதுக்கு இல்லை, ஒன்றுனாலே ஒன்றும் அடையிறதுக்கு இல்லை. அந்த நிலை தான் அவளோட பூர்ணத்துவம். When a liberated being, a jivan mukta, need not do anything. There is nothing that he can gain by doing. There is nothing that he can lose by not doing. Nothing he need to earn by the physical activity, by the thoughts and emotions of the mind, or by the sleep, meditation, unconscious state, samadhi of the linga, karana sharira. Nothing is needed. The self is purna, atma purna. It is shanti. That very recognition gives him the highest. And that is what Bhagavan here says. Dehatma bhavam aral there. To not identifying with the body is that. Kavyakanta Ganapati Muni once told Bhagavan, he was a master in austerity. So once he told Bhagavan, I need only 1 rupee or 2 rupee for a month. With so little I can keep the body and do my tapasya. Then Bhagavan said, you can stay even without the body. உடம்பு இல்லாமே இருக்கலாமே போய். By the knowledge of the self, you know that the body itself is a symptom of ignorance. It is not there in your real nature, in your swarupa. This knowledge is the most precious thing. That is why Bhagavan says Porul. It is Porul and it is grace, it is Arul. Porulu aduthaan, Arulum aduthaan. Vānam, ஆகாசம்னு போட்டுட்டா. சொர்க்கம்னு டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணுறோம். வானம்னா ஆகாசம் தான் இருக்குது. உடம்புக்கிட்ட அபிமானம் இல்லைன்னா ஆகாசம். சர்வ மங்களம் இது. இது நமக்கு ஒன்றும் அனுபவம் வந்தது, சாட்சாத்காரம் வந்து வரலைன்னா கூட அமங்கலமானதை கேட்கறதுக்கு பதிலாக மங்களத்தை கேட்போமே. Even if whether we attain it or not, at least even for some 1 hour, we imagine that we have reached that. Vidyaranya Swami says, imagining that you are a Jivan Mukta is more true than feeling that you are a bounded person. Because the truth is that you are a liberated being. At least for a few minutes, if your mind associates with it, that few minutes you are free. You have already become successful in creating a gap in Maya. So that 1 minute you have powerfully transcended. So that itself is a great achievement. Then after some minutes Maya comes, let it come. One of our devotees used to remark, when we come to satsang, our prarabdha sits in the slippers, waiting. When will he come? When will he come? And when we go back, it again gets into our body. Let it come. Why bother? Let it come. At least it has brought you up to this state. So this gap is created, where even if it is imagination, it is good. Vidyaranya Swami says that the non-existing world is created by imagination. Why not imagine about the existing thing? So better imagine about it, feel about it. That is also good. So for the time being, you think I am free, absolutely free. Once in a while, okay. Then this time will increase. See, this 1 hour sitting, it is a great amount, because 24 hours, at least about 6-8 hours we are sleeping, and no other activity we do so much. Eating about 20 minutes, taking bath maximum half an hour. So this 1 hour is very important. That is a very large amount. So that is a great breakthrough. Even for a moment you feel your state of liberation. It is like million rupees, it is made of 1 rupee. So this one moment is like 1 rupee, 1 rupee, 1 rupee, 1 rupee, 1 rupee, like that. So this moment you get it, you have got it. Then you forget. Wow. Let us forget, doesn't matter. So that itself is a great benefit. So bhadram karne vishnuyāma devāha. This is the Vedic mantra which says all the devas, praying to the devas, let us hear the most auspicious. Bhadram pashyemakshabiryajatraha. Let us see the auspicious. Sthirairangaihi tushtuvamsastanubhi. As long as we are alive, let the strong body be used for worshipping you. Vyashema devahitam yadayuhu. So this is the noble prayer. So we will continue tomorrow. Dehatma bhavam aral ter. Yato mamatma bhavasi tvameva tato na vachyam mama kinchitasti yathataveshtam kurumam tathaiva tvāmatmanātham ramanam bhajami. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.